Okay, so I think you can hear me. Okay, I'm going to do the recording regardless whether I'm not sure whether the YouTube video will work or not, and hopefully it does. And this video will basically just talk about the reading comprehension part, and then the rest of the article will be available in Google Classroom. Okay, so first of all, good morning, students. I know that all of us are at home, but as you might have seen in the Facebook group, we are not exactly having cuti sekolah. So cuti sekolah dah habis, right? So right now is penutupan sekolah. So because of that, you still have to somewhat study something. So we don't want you to have too long of a break because, you know, satu minggu pun sometimes we already forgot everything that we've taught before, whatever that you learn in class. So tak nak lah kalau 3 minggu nanti kan macam semua dia korang lupa. That's bound to happen. Okay, so I'm going to share my screen now. Okay, so for students who have joined 5B classroom, so I think there's about 29 of you, so we're still missing about 3 students. Regardless, if you have received your assignment based on WhatsApp ke, Telegram ke, still tak apa because you still can do your work there. Tapi kalau Google Classroom ni better lah because basically kita orang boleh tengok this tanda. So if you check your screen, maybe this turn in and assign is not present, it's not in your screen kalau you join as a student. Tapi for us teachers, we'll be able to see this and this will be very useful for us nak track siapa dah siap assignment tu. So if let's say a lot of people have turned in, meaning that you're ready for the next assignment or everything lah. Okay, so you should be checking this one out. Inside here, there are 3 documents that I've given you. The first one is reading comprehension article. So this is a text, you know, this is a standard text about Ismail, a childhood friend Ismail. But we're not going to open that because every time when we are trying to answer reading comprehension, the best thing we do is try to read the question first. Because remember, if you read the question first, you get to guess what the article is about. And basically, when you are reading the article later, it will be a lot easier. So I have clicked on that link, which is, okay, yeah, I have to include mine. So I've included a link here and you'll find a form. The article is here in case you need to quickly open it. You will open another tab. Okay, but for this form, make sure you put your email address, you put your name, and then for class, of course, you can put your class lah. I put none of your birth. And I forgot that one got point. Okay. All right, so looking at the question first, and we have our article at the side. This article, I think you cannot edit anything on the article itself. So let's look at question number 1. From paragraph 1, what was Ismail's father's job? So again, paragraph 1, we have not read the paragraph, tapi kita tahu it's about Ismail and we're talking about Ismail's father. So I think over here you're looking for the word job. So at the standard procedure, sometimes we go through all the questions. Sometimes kalau awak nak baca satu soalan and then you nak terus tengok paragraph tu pun boleh je, tak ada masalah. But my style, I prefer reading the question first. So if you look at the second question, if you notice here, I did not put any question because this is basically just a supplementary question. So what do you think the narrator means by our families live a stone throw away from, a stone throw from each other? Kalau kita tukar ni dalam bahasa Melayu, maksudnya keluarga kita tinggal satu balingan batu daripada satu sama lain. So it's actually a proverb, so you can take your time if you want to go online and you want to find out what it means, stone throw. Actually, the full proverb is stone throw away. Tapi kalau awak nak, if you already know, you can just put the answer here. Question number 2. So now we're moving on to paragraph number 2. What did Ismail's father do that shows he was a handyman? So we know that paragraph 1 is talking about Ismail, but we still don't know who is Ismail. Tapi daripada soalan ni kita nampak ada something about family lah. So maybe we're talking about Ismail and his family. So Ismail's father, what did Ismail's father that shows he was a handyman? So perkataan handyman ni means like someone yang you know, buat banyak kerja dengan tangan. So macam kerja bertukang ke apa-apa lah. So we know that paragraph 2 is talking about Ismail's father and we know that he's describing what he does, and basically maybe the writer said he was a very handyman lah, orang yang selalu bekerja guna bertukang ke apa-apa ke. Okay, and then question number 3 from paragraph 3. Why was the writer's mother suspicious? So this is a very, I try to alternate between like short text answer, jawapan terbuka dengan jawapan objektif. So of course, like if this is a real reading comprehension, you will not see all these options here. So why was the mother suspicious? We know that right now that paragraph 1 is talking about Ismail, paragraph 2 is talking about Ismail's father, paragraph 3 is talking about the writer's mother. So you know that now their family is sort of connected in a way or intertwined. Maksudnya mungkin diorang paragraph ni cerita pasal dua-dua ni punya keluarga lah. Okay, question number 4 from paragraph 4. What does the phrase the flash of color in line 25 refer to? So the flash of color here, kalau kita translate in BM, it means flash is like something that moves like very quickly and you see a color. So in line 25, we're still not sure what it is, but if you think about Ismail and the writer, the mother, the father, so maybe we can already have some idea what is, apa yang mungkin ada flash of color, what kind of things yang dia nampak ada warna. So kita tak tahu, kalau kita linkkan balik mungkin berkaitan dengan father dia tadi, maybe father dia buat kerja ke apa kat workshop, so dia nampak ada macam satu lintasan warna ke apa-apa ke, we don't know yet. But at least we know what to look for. Okay, from paragraph 5, what possibly made Ismail a responsible and unemotional boy? So there's two words here that I think you want to check is the word responsible, maksud dia bertanggungjawab, and unemotional. Kalau emotional is basically people yang ada banyak emosi kan. So basically unemotional probably means orang yang macam dia tak ada perasaan. So you can try and guess what makes something, if someone you know becomes responsible and let's say unemotional, dia tak beremosi sangat, dia tak bertindak ikut perasaan. What kind of characteristic does he have? Maybe my guess would be maybe he is an orphan, mungkin dia yatim piatu. Tapi kat atas tadi kita dah nampak dah yang father dia ada. So another thing that I can think of is possibly because, you know, if you're a boy and you're responsible, you're unemotional, maybe because you are, you know, maybe like anak paling sulung ke dalam keluarga ke, ataupun memang, well basically memang maybe that's your characteristic, maybe you're very serious for example lah. Okay, question number 6. From paragraph 6, which word conveys the meaning of took care of? So this is a past tense of take care of. Take care of course is jaga. And I always say question like this, which word conveys the meaning, you have to pay attention to the word word. Sebab kalau tak ada S, it means that they only look for one word. Tak ada perkataan lain, mungkin perkataan lain tu, you know, not accepted. So kalau walaupun awak letak 2-3 perkataan, walaupun perkataan yang awak dah soalan ni nak, ada dalam golongan perkataan tu, dia tetap akan kira salah sebab dia nak satu perkataan saja. Unless dia tulis which words, then mungkin dia boleh terima sikit lah. Okay, so which word conveys the meaning? And this is basically quite a difficult question sebab we have to look at throughout the whole paragraph and try to find the word that means took care of. And berapa banyak perkataan dalam tu, kita kena cari satu perkataan aja. But normally if let's say kita try linkkan balik idea kita, take care of means jaga. And we see from question number 5, Ismail responsible boy. He is unemotional. Dia ada cerita pasal Ismail father, Ismail, maybe writer's mother. So we don't know what's the story about. Tapi we sort of can guess like what kind of thing that, you know, you take care of. Maybe a sibling, maybe a car, maybe a workshop, maybe the house. So maybe that will help us find the word later. Okay, question 7, it basically is an open-ended question. It's actually a sort of like mid kebat sebab remember I told you before like soalan-soalan yang atas biasanya memang dia cut and dry kind of questions. Cut and dry maksudnya memang awak boleh ambil daripada petikan. Tapi makin ke hujung paragraph ni makin ada banyak soalan like what do you think or why do you think. Kadang-kadang dia tanya in your opinion ataupun dia kata in your own words, explain in your own words. So jawapannya mungkin still ada dalam petikan tapi they don't know whether they might want you to create your own sentence, or or there's answers in the article, but you have to take the article, the sentence from the article, and then elaborate sikit, huraikan sikit lagi. So for paragraph 6, why do you think the writer did not want to be late for his job interview? So basically, I just want you to read all the other answers here. If you check here, alright, so if you tick any of the answer, this pop-up will come out. There are 3 correct answers here. So basically what I want you to think about is to try and read all the answers and try to find out which 3 answers is correct. So ingat, this is open-ended sebab dia kebat. So sebenarnya kalau awak buat ayat sendiri still make sense lah. Tapi you have to read and try to be careful agak-agak mana satu jawapan yang tak masuk akal. And mana satu 3 yang mungkin betul. Okay, same goes with question number 8. Oh, I think we missed a question. Okay, from paragraph 6, why do you think the writer did not want to be late for his job interview? So this is a bit weird because earlier on, we learned about Ismail, we learned about Ismail's father, writer's mother, responsible, and we know that Ismail is a boy. Tapi tiba-tiba, why do you think the writer did not want to be late for his job interview? So tiba-tiba ada soalan yang kata kenapa dia tak nak pergi late interview. So mungkin this can mean 2 things. Maybe the writer is a teenager, ataupun teenager yang tengah nak cari kerja ke apa-apa ke. Another thing is you can also say maybe this is fast forward to the future. Mungkin paragraf yang sebelum-sebelum ni cerita pasal lama-lama dulu and tiba-tiba dia cerita pasal dia orang dah dewasa. Mungkin juga. And so yeah, try to find the answer here. Question number 8. Sama juga macam tadi, if I take one, they say there are 3 correct answers here. So from paragraph 8, as I grasped his shoulder over the front seat, I felt a genuine affection. Or genuine affection, I don't know how to pronounce it. Something hard to describe. So, this is a sentence from the article. You have to read the whole paragraph, and maybe you have to read the whole article juga to try and guess what does it mean. But what I can tell you, you can look for, you might find word like as I grasped his shoulder over the front seat. So grasp, if you've heard of it before, it's close to the word grab, macam memegang. So something like semasa saya memegang bahunya over the front seat. So we're not really sure where this is, over the front seat. I felt a genuine affection. Saya terasa satu genuine affection. When you put the word felt, it means that this must be an emotion. Mungkin ni this is a perasaan. Something hard to describe. So we still can figure out a way to guess the meaning, although maybe you don't know what is genuine affection, but we're talking about the writer and we're talking about Ismail, the father, the mother, and everything else. So genuine affection could be a very positive feeling. So it says here the writer is grabbing his shoulder over the front seat. I feel a genuine affection, something hard to describe. So dia terasa something, sesuatu yang susah untuk diterangkan. So agak-agaknya like if you have a friend and you touch your friend's shoulder and you feel something, what kind of feel? Jangan kata menyampah lah. So try to relate it to yourself, and after this you read the paragraph and you probably can guess what it means. Okay, and of course this is like the following is true about Ismail in 1983, except, okay, so this question basically leaked out a lot of information. It's actually taking place in 1983, and this is about Ismail, 1983, so we don't know, talking about 1983, maybe it's quite a modern era, so we don't know whether what is going on. Of course, you have to read the article there. Okay, and then for that last question in your quiz, so for keyword question, suggest one way to maintain friendships. Okay, so remember, I always say to my student, I always tell my student, just because the question said keyword, or you know that the last question is keyword, don't put it in your mind that this is the most difficult question in the questions or in the reading comprehension exam. Sebab bila dia keyword, as whatever that you answer, as long as it makes sense to the context, you can actually get full marks. So kat sini, oh, and also one good thing also, keyword question usually give you idea what is the theme of the article, apa tema artikel ni. So kat sini suggest one way to maintain friendship. So mungkin artikel ni berkaitan dengan persahabatan. So give a reason why you think this would work. Suggest one way ni maksud dia cadangkan satu cara untuk awak kekalkan persahabatan Bagi satu sebab kenapa awak rasa ini boleh, I mean the work here bukan bekerja lah, tapi macam berkesan lah. Okay, because this is an open-ended question, I don't want you to write your answer here. I don't want you to write the answer in this quiz. I want you to go back to your Google Classroom. Oh, there you go. There's already answers here. So you can write down your answers here because, okay, try one thing about this last question, try to be specific. If they are asking you one way to maintain friendships, try to give something yang very, like paling kurang pun paling simple, tapi sangat specific. So, I like this answer, make time to connect with your friends, show appreciation. You can basically just write something as easy as, give them a call, give them a phone call contohnya. Ataupun give them a present, celebrate their birthday. Tapi that second part, give a reason why you think this would work. Mungkin awak kena try fikir sikit jawapan dalam bahasa Melayu and try to find the answer lah. Mungkin awak, mungkin you can say, mungkin kawan saya akan rasa lebih dihargai contohnya. Also I have to edit this because I accidentally put marks here. There is no marks here. Oops. And whoops. And then. And that's not the answer. Oh, click. Okay, then. Okay, so I've got here that we already received 3 responses. So if I open here, basically I can see the answer. I don't want to show you that yet. Okay, going back to the article, of course it is a very long article, but remember once you have read the questions, it's actually a lot easier to read the article afterwards. So it's up to you whether you want to read one question and then read the paragraph and try immediately answer, or you can choose to read all the questions first and then, okay. Okay, how do I stop? Okay, so basically that is the assignment I'm giving you for today, and basically I don't think it's really that hard. Basically I just want you to try and answer this reading comprehension question and see how it works from there. Okay, so if there is any question, you can just immediately open your Google Classroom, go to either that class comment section. Class comment section, remember, you can post questions there, or when you open your assignment, there is also a section for private comments. So private comments, basically only I can read it. So me or other teachers. So if I can read it, I can still respond there. And yeah, so basically that is all for our class today. Yang bestnya pasal kita buat kelas online ni, I can finish early and leave you to do your work. I saw Izzat. Izzat is here. I'm not sure if he's in the stream. Can I hear Izzat? Okay, I mean Izzat has joined, tapi the microphone is off and the video is also off, so it's okay lah, tak apa. Okay, so I hope this will be a very good experience for you, sebab bila awak masuk maktab nanti biasanya memang lecturer akan biasa buat macam something like this, is called iLecture, instead of basically macam masuk kelas ajar awak and ambil soalan ke apa-apa ke and tunggu korang jawab soalan. Basically most of the time they will give you something like this. So what I found out is like the whole Malaysia, because of this COVID-19, a lot of teachers are doing this. So hopefully we are not missing out, just because you guys are schooling in a more like rural area doesn't mean that this cannot happen. So let's try this and hopefully this will work and we are not missing out much during the school close down lah. Okay, so again, if there's any question, you can post on the Google Classroom itself. Please make sure you check school's Facebook in case there's new notice or whatsoever. And the Google Classroom itself, constantly check, because I know that I'm not the only one giving you assignments, so there might be other teachers who are giving the assignment as well. Okay, so with that being said, make sure you stay at home, finish my work, and yeah, maybe I'll see you in our next class. Thank you.